Yo! Video games.
What up, dudes? Matt here from YoVideogames, back with another Summer Games Fest Playdays hands-on gameplay impression, and this time I'm talking about Sonic Crossworlds Racing, which a game I wasn't sure I was actually going to be able to play, but SEGA was very generous, and I was able to get a little bit of time in, not a lot, but I was able to get a little bit of time into playing Sonic Crossworlds. Now, full disclosure, I did not get a chance to play the beta. I think I might have had a chance to, but like something was going on. I think I was super busy, or I think I might have been away from home at the time. But yeah, I didn't get to play the beta earlier in February for the game, which I heard was like the game's neat, but it was like super item spammy. Like it was just chaos. People were just like getting knocked around constantly by constant item spam, and that was sort of like my fear going into Sonic Crossworlds. But like this updated build at Summer Games Fest Playdays, I'll just say this right out the gate as the first thing. It didn't have anywhere near what I was expecting as far as like item spam. It was very, very tolerable and reasonable. It was very traditional. It felt like frankly, any given Mario Kart. I didn't notice anything overly ambitious or egregious about the item spam. It felt pretty normal to me. So I think the feedback from the beta must have really taken a hold on Sonic Team and SEGA making the game, because like I didn't notice anything problem-wise with that. So what is Sonic Crossworlds Racing? Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, it is a Sonic racing game. You know, there's been a few of them. The first three were done by Sumo Digital, with Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform being the absolute pinnacle of the series, no doubt in my mind. But, you know, we are going without Sumo now, because I think Sumo got picked up by Tencent or NetEase or someone. So Sega's going it themselves this time and making their own racing game. And they brought in Sega Rosso, you know, the initial D-Arcade developers, to help with the game's feel and flow of just driving around in the game. And that was actually a really good call, because I think the first thing you'll notice when playing the game, and I just played it, you know, I was playing on Grand Prix on basically like the straight down the middle medium settings, whatever. Not even the most difficult. And it's the drifting, the feel of the car feels good. It feels really good. It feels like a Sega arcade racer. So if they've got the feel really down pat, and they changed the feel of the boats a lot. Like, because I did actually play on a course, at least one of the courses had a water segment. I think there might have been two. And yeah, the water stuff feels a lot less squirrely. It feels less like a boat mechanic in a way, and maybe closer to something like a little more stable Hydro Thunder. If anything, like, I don't know, it took a little bit of getting used, because I'm very used to Sonic Transformed having its very, very, I guess you would say, authentic boat feeling mechanics in that game. And this one, they've really tried to rein in the boat from getting too off course too easily. If anything, I would say, and the planes felt good. Like when you go airborne, it feels almost as good, maybe a little stiffer than Transform. Transform might have felt a little more loose there, but the majority of the time you are just driving in the car. You are wheels on ground, and it feels really good. Drifting feels fantastic. You know, you drift, hold a drift to boost. So on and so forth. As far as the build I played, though, it was all Sonic characters, and it was a lot of them. And it was Sonic characters, and it wasn't anything super deep cutting except the weird birds. The birds from the Sonic Riders games were there, and there were a bunch of them. And whatever, I don't know. I stopped following Sonic after the Genesis era. So I mean, I'm very aware, because the internet is forever. So it's kind of hard not to know who Big the Cat is in this day and age. But I couldn't name you any one name of any one of these birds. I think one of them was called Suck the Cock or something like that. But anyways, yeah, there are a bunch of them. There is a rival system, which is such a Sega thing to do in the game, where before the start of a Grand Prix, the game, I'm guessing, randomly picks a rival for you. Because I picked Tails. Tails never fails. And it picked my rival for me was Shadow the Shithog. And during the end and beginning of a race, you'll actually get a cutscene kind of showing how your rival is reacting to whether you beat them or whether they beat you, or whether you're ahead of them in the Grand Prix standings or you're behind them. So it has like this sort of dynamic, sort of slightly tiny cinematic thing going, where the rival, your main rival in the Grand Prix, you and him are going to like be trading barbs at the beginning and end of each race. So yeah, it's kind of a fun little mechanic. It's very Sega. You had rivals in like say Outrun, you would always see like a rival, and F-Zero had it too. So anyone who's playing F-Zero GX on their Switch 2 should probably notice this too. And I actually like that. I like how they're making it more dynamic. It's more than just, hey, this guy's your rival because we say so. Now there's actually like cutscenes and dialogue sort of indicating that as well. And as far as like how does a race go? Well, basically what it is it doesn't even feel like laps. It barely feels like a lap-based game. It's because things change so dynamically over the course of your 3 laps on a racetrack, including, again, you always, at least at some point in the middle on the second lap, you go to a different world before coming back. And usually you get a choice, very Outrun style, where there'll be left or right. If you're on the left side of the track or right side of the track, it chooses. Usually the left side will tell you where you're going specifically, and the right will be like a question mark, so it might be completely random. So it's not always just like A or B. Sometimes it's A and random. A lot of times it was A and random. Almost every time I think it was like a completely random place you'd go on the second lap, or like the left side, which would tell you, you see a big ring before you drive through it. So, and then even when you get to the last lap on the course, which is a little more like the first lap, they change it up. Like stuff changes on the course, which is, again, very much like Sonic Racing Transformed, even though it is Sega internally doing it this time. So, that is kind of the fun part about it. Some of these racetracks are obvious where it's like, oh, cool, the afterburner stage, even or it's like, hey, it's a stage from Sonic, like one of the previous Sonic racing games, like Casino Night Zone or whatever. And then some of them are like really like oddly deep cuts. There's like a Sonic and the Secret Rings, like Dino Jungle stage, and there was like another Sonic stage. Again, a lot of Sonic. And it was like this barely feels like it. And then some of them like Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed, very obvious, very cool. It's a good track too, but like some of them were like, okay, this is weird. I played like there's a track from Nights, from the museum at Nights, and it's like, yeah, it kind of does. It just feels like some of the tracks seem very obvious from their inspiration, and some of them are barely noticeable. Like one of the tracks I went to was a stormy ocean track with a creepy haunted wrecked pirate ship, and I'm not sure if it was supposed to be from anything. It wasn't from Yakuza Pirate. I mean, I don't know what. Maybe a past Sonic game, maybe, I don't know. There's some stuff that feels like a bit of an ass pull when it comes to like, well, what is this track from, or what is this even trying to reference? So I did not get to play as Hatsune Miku. I'm sad. I did get to eat a pizza though at Summer Games Fest. I didn't get to play Ichiban or Joker. I would have loved to have played Ichiban. I didn't get to see Minecraft Joe or Sam or Steve, whatever his name is. I think it's Steve. I didn't get to see the Minecraft stage, so can't really report back about that. But I'm sure all the Zoomers and Alphas will go nuts. But yeah, as far as the game goes, the best thing about this game is that it is crossplay, and that is one thing it's going to have well over Mario Kart World. Or Mario Kart World, which we got on our Switch 2s, it's great and it's a fantastic experience, but it's just for us Switch 2 owners. So this thing being cross-play across, I believe, everything. I don't know if the Switch 1 will be cross-play. I don't even know if there's a Switch 2 version of this game. There should be. But that's going to probably help this game immensely. And as well as having a ton of characters. It's supposed to have the most characters and content of any Sonic racing game. And again, they're not just doing Sonic characters. We did see from the trailer at SGF that, hey, there's going to be Hatsune Miku and Ichiban and Joker and Minecraft, and there's other things out there if you search the nebulous parts of the internet. But I say, hey, why don't we just wait? Let's just wait and wait for the official trailers to come out and be surprised and enjoy what come what may. I just hope there's a lot more Sega characters that are not Sonic characters. Like I feel like there's way too many Sonic characters. I feel like I'm asking for smoke. I'm asking for the heat when I'm like, who asked for 12 bird characters from Sonic Riders? And Games Cage is gonna be like, I did. Okay, of course. So yeah, a lot of Sonic characters. If you love Sonic, if Sonic is your thing, if you have images of Knuckles the Echidna or Shadow kneeling before the cross of Jesus Christ hanging in your bedroom, you're gonna love this game. Every Sonic character from every corner of the Sonic fandom is seemingly in here. So I wouldn't be surprised if like they had just, like deep cuts like Tikal and Cream and whatever. I'm ashamed that I even know those names. But here we are. Anyways, Sonic Crossworlds, actually a lot better than I thought. I did not get a lot of time with it, but what time I did get was actually enjoyable and worth it. And I would say like this has got a really solid driving system. The fundamental driving mechanics are solid under the hood. No surprise because it's coming from the Sonic Sega Rosso team in conjunction with Sonic Team. So yeah, the initial D people helping out with this was a great call. It's paying off in spades. This is actually turning out really well. I don't know what the exact release date is, but honestly, if you don't have a Switch 2 and you wanted to get a brand new kart racing game, this would be an absolutely stellar alternative. In fact, this might even be a great game just to have just anyways, even if you have a Switch 2. Because the crossplay is going to mean like you're going to be able to play with tons of different people. So yeah, I mean, I would say this game is actually turning out very, very well. I was a little initially disappointed with the Sonic heavy roster, but we are getting other SEGA characters. We're getting Minecraft Joe, Steve, whatever. And, you know, it's turning out really well. I'm actually excited to see where the rest of this game goes. I'm looking forward to it when I wasn't before. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the channel later, dudes.